Joining us now is Janet Bloom of the Lake Orion DDA. Welcome back to our set.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I know
Always a pleasure.
Things are going to be bustling real soon in downtown Lake Orion. It's just a great time of the year to see activity in downtown Lake Orion. Now, I mentioned a moment ago there was something going on this past Saturday that the Orion Arts Center kind of tied their holiday market into. What happened this past Saturday?
Yes, so we had a Stronger Together event with Oxford, and it was the Merry and Bright Ladies Shopping Day. So we encourage women to come out, and then we also had wish list cards that at participating retailers, they could fill out what they'd like for the holidays. And then we paired it with Dudes Day, which is happening tomorrow, Wednesday, November 20th. They can give those wish lists to friends, significant others, husbands, boyfriends. Takes the guesswork out, as you were mentioning. It gets a little stressful this time of year. So go and do your shopping, take those lists back, and then get your guys together and just enjoy a good meal and a good beverage and have a good time.
All right, so that's Wednesday, that's tomorrow, and yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Now, the event that I'm really looking forward to is this Thursday. It's like something out of a Hallmark movie, the Sing and Stroll in downtown Lake Orion and Children's Park at the gazebo. Talk about everything that's going to be happening this Thursday.
Yes, so in fact it seems like Mother Nature also is going to put a little sprinkle of possible snow for that day too.
All right.
So yeah, for the Sing and Stroll, again, it's like having that Hallmark in downtown. We have the tree lighting, we will have carolers, we'll have performances, we have Orion Art, Orion Music Centers coming in, Orion Professional Theater is coming in as well, and we're going to have Santa and Mrs. Claus, Elsa and Anna, and I hear that Grinch is going to make also an appearance as well. Photo booth to get family photos to just capture the memories for that, and we'll obviously have horse and carriage rides are available that runs 5 to 7 for that event on Thursday. So
obviously.
We have to have that. That's part of the tradition. So, we're just excited to bring that little bit of hometown holidays to downtown Lake Orion.
We have some video from last year's event. Here's the arrival of Mr. and Mrs. Claus, and it's really great to see the kids just jumping up and down when they spot Santa Claus, and it's just such a fun event, and just that small town feel, and hot cocoa, and the carriage rides are awesome. I jumped in one. You'll see some video in a little bit of me riding in the carriage with the camera, and when the trees are lit up and everything, it's just really spectacular. And then, of course, the big moment is the countdown to the tree lighting. Talk about that.
Yes, so we will be doing that countdown again this year, and how exciting to light the tree and then it stays lit for the season. So again, it's just another opportunity to just gather the family together and enjoy the holidays. So yeah, we're excited to bring it back again this year.
It's always a special time this time of year. The lighting of downtown in general is always over the top and impressive and beautiful. The more businesses that have been coming in, the newer businesses and some of the older getting involved in the decorating. So you do really feel like you're transported to a Hallmark movie, which is super cool. So I would definitely encourage anybody who hasn't been out to this that you're missing out. You need to get out and enjoy it, whether you've got kids or not. This is going to be the place to be this coming Thursday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And I don't know, maybe get a little Christmas shopping
That's
done while
right.
you're in the village. And there's places you can stop in, grab a bite, grab some beverages, warm up a little bit. So lots to see and do in downtown.
That is for sure. And spoken like a true ambassador of downtown. I appreciate that.
I try. We try to promote these events as best we can. And yeah, so really exciting. And it's so, for me, I love the visuals of it all. And it's just, like I said, a Hallmark movie. It's really cool. Yeah.
Yep, it's great. It's important to downtown, and it kind of kicks off this season.
Yeah.
This is it's a great way to kick it off, and you guys do such a good work. Good job down there.
It's hard to believe that just a few weeks after that is the lighted parade.
The world's,
Right.
world's largest.
World's
largest lighted
lighted
parade. Nobody's ever been able to disprove that. So we're going to run with it. And yeah, no, that is quite an event for downtown and well embraced by downtown.
Oh, yeah.
You know, everybody loves to be a part of that and get a good spot at a restaurant or on the street with the kids. And it varies so much. I'm encouraged to hear maybe some snow this week. Maybe we'll get a little bit because I've been going to this for 100 years, and I've gone when it's been in the middle of a snowstorm, and I've gone when it's you know, unseasonably warm, and it's always fantastic, but it's never as good as when it's snowing. Whether, you know, anything downtown this time of year.
Now, I'm trying to remember if there's a big milestone for the parade, because when I first came out to this community, it was late '93, and I believe that was the last daytime parade. And if I remember correctly, '94 might have been the first nighttime lighted parade. So this might be the 30th year of the nighttime lighted parade. I'll have to verify that.
I think since you've said it, we should just run with it. At this point, we'll make it the facts. I can change reprint the stuff later.
You're right.
Yeah. No, I remember when they did the last lighted or the daytime parade, it wasn't very well attended and not a lot of participants, and so they said we need to do something to shake things up. So the next year when they did the nighttime lighted parade, the streets were packed and people couldn't get enough of it, and so they've been doing it for 30 years.
It changes
now,
the dynamic dramatically, and they do have a daytime parade in Oxford the same day. The 1 or 2 years I had ended up in both of them with a float, and and it was a busy day, but very exciting. So there is so much to do around this time of year, and the businesses do get involved downtown during the holiday season. I believe there's, with the shop small, isn't there a business promotion that
Excellent
is also
transition
involved?
there, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's why we bring them on.
That's right. Your audition's going very well. So we do have a Shop Small program that actually the county's running right now. It's a sweepstakes. Get a selfie in your favorite stores in downtown. Submit that. There are instructions at oakgov.com for Shop Small, and you can enter to win either $1,000 first prize, $500 for second, or $250 for third. So the more photos you submit, the more entries that you get.
Wow, that's fantastic.
You do a lot of shopping downtown.
That's right.
With one of those, huh?
What are the prizes? Did you mention that? What can people win?
Yeah, so $1,000 is the top prize.
That's the top
and
prize.
then $500 is the second prize, and then third prize is $250. So
wow.
gives you a little extra spending cash. That runs. It started November 1st, goes to the end of November.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so it gives you a little extra spending money come December.
That's awesome. Yeah, you know, great things are happening in downtown Lake Orion. Like you said, the lights and everything just make it look stunning, and very little vacancies. I saw that the cigar bar just opened up, right?
It did.
It's going crazy
did.
too. It's
yeah,
that
it's
place
gorgeous.
is doing well. It's a good another good diversity to downtown. It's adding a lot, and now the new Irish Tavern.
Yes.
You know, transition from Fork and Pint, which has been a local favorite for a long time, but that's exciting, and I might have been in there when they opened up, and might have enjoyed myself. It's a great spot.
Is it the same owners, or is it under new ownership?
It is same owners.
Same
Yep.
owners, but
Yes.
they're going with the Irish pub feel?
That's right. They have other restaurants that they own, Fork and Pint, still a couple of those that are still out there in the community, and Irish Tavern as well. So they decided to rebrand this one in Lake Orion, and so far, so good.
Place to go on St. Patrick's Day.
Yes. No, I've talked to him about it, and I actually suggested maybe a St. Patrick's Day every month. I don't know. So we'll see. Doug didn't like my suggestion of free beer on those days. So we'll see where that goes.
Yeah. Anything else you want to promote that's happening in downtown Lake Orion?
Yeah. So we have we talked about the Shop Small coming up November 30th. And that kind of plays into this program with the county as well. But that's November 30th, right? So you do your Black Friday, get those shopping items done. But we encourage everybody for that Shop Small. Come downtown. Come support the community. Those dollars stay local, get reinvested local. So we will have horse and carriage rides that day from 10 to 2. But the Shop Small Saturday is during business hours, so all of the stores will be doing different activities and different deals and specials, etc. So again, we encourage our listeners to make sure that they come and support. Polar Express. So we're going to be offering that. We read the Polar Express on the trolley, and that runs December 14th from 11 to 3. Ticketed ride. So we'll have that up on the shopocmainstreets.com website for Lake Orion. And it's a great chance to, again, read the story. We'll have a conductor that's punching your golden ticket. You get a bell to take home as a keepsake, and get a chance to meet Santa and maybe get a wish in or two.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then we're also running the Hometown Holiday Shopping Passport program like we did last year. So you get 8 stamps, get a $25 receipt, collect those receipts, bring them into our office, and then you get a gift when you turn in your card with those receipts. So really good program, just to kind of give back and just to thank those who are shopping at our downtown businesses. And one thing I also want to say is that we're ramping up with our merchants as well. So we know the shopping dynamics have changed ever since COVID, and even prior to that too. But we do have a shopocmainstreets.com, as I mentioned before, where you can get the Polar Express tickets. But we do have businesses that are on there that are selling wares as well. So it just gives you another option to be able to shop with our downtown merchants.
Awesome.
That's great.
Now, your boss did a presentation last night, didn't he? At
Yes,
the
he
library?
did.
Were you there for it?
Unfortunately, no.
No?
A little secret of mine, I actually mentor a high school robotics team. So we had a training with one of our sponsors. So I was at that activity, wished him well for his presentation. And but I heard it went fantastic, and a large group turned out.
So Matt Gibb spoke at the library last night, giving updates about the Orion Lumberyard. Anything you want to share about that? Any new developments there?
Yeah, I was wondering if they actually recorded that. I don't know if they did or not. Because what was interesting was the images that he has come across. So obviously with having the lumberyard, there were a lot of documents that we've been able to locate on property. And he was showing me some of the maps and where we thought some things were going to go. They were actually in a different location within town. And looking at these documents from the 60s and 40s. And so really just an amazing collection of history that we have. So we have talked to the library. In 2025, we're going to be working on digitizing all these documents that we do have and making them available for view. So we're excited to do that project. But yeah, we're excited. It's an amazing project to be a part of within a downtown, especially with it being a gateway to the downtown.
Yeah.
We're working on salvage on certain parts because there's some buildings that we do want to save and repurpose some of the items that are on property to be able to make it as authentic as possible.
I did notice that some of the buildings on the grounds have big X's on them, and I assume those X's mean...
That means demo. That means demo. So unfortunately, you can't save everything. There's several buildings that just are beyond repair. We did have Oakland County come in and do a walkthrough with us and really kind of grade the buildings as far as what was salvageable, what was not, what can be repurposed for what other buildings. And so at this time, we do, that will be the next step. So salvage first, and then demo will be next, and kind of do that. So hopefully, maybe by January, we're able to, January, February, get a little further down the line with the project.
Yeah.
Well, and yes, we're going to lose some of the buildings that, let's face it, have been in disrepair and a danger for decades in some cases at this point. But we're going to save some really cool structures on that property. And those structures aren't going to be saved just for historical purposes, although that's part of it. They are going to be incredible assets to our downtown and our community at large. So the vision, which nobody's better at painting it or and executing, quite frankly, at this level, is Matt Gibb, and so the fact that you and him are taking this project on together and doing it for the community is fantastic. But those buildings that are being saved are the real story, and it's going to be so cool. It's going to be so cool.
Yeah, Matt and I got a tour. Matt Gibb gave us a tour months ago, and it was really cool getting in there. I had never been in there before, so to see some of that archival stuff that was still laying around. There's a big desk in one of the buildings that had original logs and receipts.
Some of that paperwork here and the signage. We actually went in, got a group of local fellows, and went in and removed some of the historic signs, and they're very, very cool, and they're in a safe place very nearby, and so they can be incorporated in. This is a really exciting time for our village and all of Orion, because again, our village is our anchor. It's what people see when they drive up 24, and it's a representation of the whole community. So kudos
Thank
to
you.
you guys
Thank
and your hard
you.
work.
Yeah, I
the
keep
team
picturing
and the
it.
board and all of them.
Yeah, just, I envision the day when there's activity and hustle and bustle and farmers markets and maybe performances.
A band in that big barn instead of a big tent down in our biggest parking lot. A nice band under a covered barn. It's going to be very cool.
Yeah.
And it's such a unique property, right? So not only do you work on this property that's over 100 years old with historic preservation, but then also with it being next to the Paint Creek Trail. And, we want to make sure that we honor that and do some tie-ins with that as well. It's to have that piece of property be your gateway into your downtown, and to have such deep, rich history, and being the location where all the supplies that came in, right? Your wood, your fuel, your coal, that really built up this region.
Yep, when they're harvesting ice in the old days. And kudos to really the voters that supported the DDA and the efforts, and the DDA for leading, to make sure that we were able to capture this property, and that it's going to become this gem that everybody's working so hard to make happen.
Absolutely.
It's a
Can't wait to see the progress.
Yeah, and we'll keep updates going on our website and Facebook page as we move through the process. So we encourage people in downtown Lake Orion to check us out and see information that's currently out there.
And the Facebook page, you guys are active on Facebook.
Facebook,
so Downtown Lake Orion on Facebook. And
Yep.
the website is at .org or .com?
.com.
.com. So downtownlakeorion.com, and on Facebook for
I say
all
that
the
now, and I'm
updates.
like, no, it's .org.
So it is org?
It is .org.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, see, now you won't forget.
This isn't live,
There it
is
is,
it?
.org on the screen.
Right.
All right. So, all right. Well, thanks for joining us as always,
you.
and looking forward to all the activity that's going to be happening over the next month or so. And I'll be there. I'll be there on Thursday. Yeah.
Wonderful.
Get some rest in between. You guys are going to be busy.
That is true. That is true. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Sure.